Alright, welcome back to another Embrace Destiny video, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking that link and joining us. Today we are in the faction rally here in Destiny 2. So if you haven't seen the news or anything, faction rally is out. It's running for the next week, and I believe, I forget, but I believe after that we're getting the Iron Banner. So yeah, pretty exciting time. I just wanted to make this video here to talk about the faction rally as it stands, the state of Destiny 2, and some interesting, hopefully, ideas that I have for this channel. So, thank you very much, and let's get into it. So, faction rally is this week. Depending on how connected you are to the community, there are a number of issues, because of course there are. Now I just want to make it clear right from the beginning that I'm actually fairly positive as it comes to Destiny and Destiny 2, but there have been so many issues lately that I can completely understand why a lot of people are frustrated, and why many have abandoned or at least stopped playing this game for the foreseeable time. So what's going on now? Okay, basically we got two problems with the faction rally at this point. One, people were farming lost sectors in the first faction rally by running in and out of the lost sector collecting tokens. That Bungie has tried to correct that issue, and in classic Bungie fashion they overcorrected. So now if you open up 2 chests from lost sectors in less than 10 minutes, then every chest you open after that, I believe, for the next 10 minutes does not drop any equipment for you. So again, frustrating for a number of reasons. One, it was not communicated to us before that this would be happening. Two, it does seem like a really strange way of doing things, and arguably 2.5/3, arguably it's not something that we really needed. You know, people are complaining that there's not enough to do, and then whenever you try to do more, like farming and grinding for equipment and such, we get restricted. And finally, it's just another case of our experience being restricted in ways that are not properly communicated or affected. So yeah, pretty frustrating. I noticed it right away. I thought it was a bug. Usually I find if I'm farming for chests and things like that, they just don't spawn fast enough anyway. Whatever. The next problem relates to the new weapon. So if you have the Curse of Osiris expansion, we were all expecting that as we played through the Iron Banner and leveled up, turned in tokens, and got engrams, that we would get access to the new faction weapons that are offered for people who own the expansion. However, that is not the case. It turns out that instead of that plan, Bungie is basically rolling out weapons one at a time through the vendors at the end of faction rallies. So they made a statement on it yesterday, again after people had already made some pretty frustrated comments as to what was happening. When I noticed I wasn't getting any new weapons, I personally thought it was another overcorrection from Bungie. They had to make a hot fix. They had to take the game offline on Tuesday to make it so that everybody could access the faction rally, not just Curse of Osiris owners. And I thought that they just removed those weapons through that process. But no, it seems that we're not going to be able to get all of the weapons from a faction until the end of the season, which I think it's a strange way of going about it. On the one hand, I mean, we only really need one weapon. We only really need one weapon per character because there's no random rolls and such like that. But on the other hand, this seems like a really strange way of doing things. I don't know why. You know, you'd think that the new the weapons that would drop would be great, and the weapons we could potentially win would be, you know, quote unquote even better. But yeah, so that's really angering a lot of people, and like I said, I completely understand if you are one of those people. For me, I'm still enjoying it. I'm working toward all of the engrams for my Titan. After that, I'm going to move toward my Warlock and see what I can do. I actually don't think I've participated in a faction rally in Destiny 2 as anything other than my Titan. For my, you know, while it's encouraged to have 3 characters, my girlfriend actually has a character on my account. You can see her playing in some of my girlfriend plays Destiny videos. So I have 2 characters, and I just only really switch to my Warlock when I want to try something different. I really like my Titan, so yeah, so that's the current state. Going along with the development update that was last week, I didn't really make too many comments on it before. I'll just say now, all of the stuff that it looks like they're going to be bringing into the game looks great, but the majority of it does seem like it was already in Destiny 1, and it's weird that it wasn't in Destiny 2. And it does seem like we're going to have to wait until the fall of 2018 before we get a game that is all the features of Destiny 1 plus all the features of Destiny 2, which does seem strange for a sequel. Now, I've actually been one of the biggest proponents of having a completely new game for Destiny 2, not just building an expansion on Destiny 1. They were changing systems up so much, and they were trying to move away from last generation consoles that I could easily see a situation where if they had stayed on the original system, they would have so many more bugs. It's like, oh, sorry, you know, people who didn't buy Destiny 2 but still have Destiny 1, we've accidentally made changes that block out half of Destiny 2's content. I don't know. If you've ever worked in software, you'll know that sometimes it's easier to just start from scratch rather than appending or amending work you've already done. But it does seem really unusual at least, and very frustrating at most, that these features are not here, and it's going to take them until the fall to add them back in. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm still having a really good time. I don't know what it is. Maybe I really love the gameplay. I love the lore and the backstory of the different characters and the different worlds, the aesthetic, the art, the music. It just makes me feel epic, honestly, and I really enjoy it. So much so that I'm willing to put up with it. I'm not happy that these these features are not in the game. I'm not happy by some of the choices, and I'm really confused because it seems like a lot of times it seems like these changes are made by someone who doesn't play the game. We know for a fact that a lot of the community outreach people, community managers, do play the game, but it almost feels like the people who make the game don't, because some of the changes are really going against us. Call it greed, call it ignorance, call it just foolish decisions. I don't know. I hope you're having a good time with the game. I really am enjoying it. I'm getting back into the Crucible, actually. I'm excited for a ranked playlist, and I'm really trying to improve my game there. I've always been like an okay Crucible guy, but I'm trying to get a lot better. I've been watching a lot of channels on that. It'd be really nice to rank up and meet some of these other YouTubers and get completely destroyed by them, of course, because that's what they do. So with that in mind, I just wanted to quickly talk about an idea that I had for my channel, and yeah, I'm looking for some feedback here. So if you have any ideas or anything, you want to drop them down below. I would love to hear what you think. So I am in a Destiny clan. It's a rather small clan, mostly made up of people I know. And unfortunately, due to time zones, they're in Canada, I'm in France, and maybe due to the frustrations that they have over this game, but also just due to responsibilities keeping people from the game, our clan is not very active. Usually weekends where most of us are online, but through the week I'm online more often than not, and they're not able to, or by the time they are, I'm long since gone to bed, So I'm not really sure what being in an active clan is like. I know that sometimes they run raids and they host events and such like that. But I was trying to think of a way that I could reach out to a larger community, not only to grow our clan, but also just to hang out with people, just to hang out with people who are enjoying this game and who who want to hang out with like-minded, fun people. And I was thinking how best to do that. Well, there's a YouTube channel by the name of Beard Grizzly, and he had an interesting idea that I've decided to kind of modify, or at least, actually his idea and mine are very different, but I didn't know what his idea was at first, and I created this idea in my head and thought, maybe that's what's going on. Anyway, long story short. If you go over to his channel, he's got a couple of new videos on the factions, actually, telling you a little bit about the history and the lore and the backstory of these factions. Beard Grizzly handles mostly lore questions, of Destiny 2. And you can check out other lore masters such as My Name is Bife or Mylan Games. So what Beard Grizzly is doing is he has something called Lore School, where he actually goes, he takes a snapshot of a place in the tower, and he actually walks people through. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Let me get back. Basically what he does is he creates these little videos telling you about the lore of Destiny, and the way he presents it is he takes a snapshot of an interesting meeting location in Destiny, whether it's a secret room or a place that looks like a library, and then he superimposes an image of his character in different positions to make it look like his character is lecturing you as a member of the Vanguard on different things in Destiny. And I thought it was a really cool idea. Until I knew what it was, though, when I first saw little glimpses of it, I thought what he was doing was this. My idea. I thought he was going... I thought of this idea where I could meet with different people in the tower, and we can just hang out, and people can join some, voice chat system, and we could just hang out. Just make a little community in the tower, on the farm, what have you. Now, I'm not really sure about this. Like I said, a lot of this is pretty speculative. I'm still working on it. But my main motivation here is I want to hang out with people. I want to share in the love of Destiny, and I know that people are pretty frustrated with this game, but the people who are playing, I'm hoping to find a way to connect with them. Now, obviously, the first step, the obvious step would be just to grow my clan, or to join a larger, more active clan, but I thought we could open it up even further. I've always loved the idea, ever since I saw the architecture of Destiny, and now Destiny 2, there's all these really cool social spaces. Destiny 2's got like a bazaar, and like a courtyard, and all this stuff, and I thought it'd be great if you could actually just hang out in those areas, and just chat with people, just talk with them. Now, we've learned in the development update for the PC version of Destiny 2 that they are getting tower chat. I guess it's going to be a text-based interface that you can get probably in the bottom left or right-hand side of your screen, so that when you pop into the tower, other people can post things and say, hey, we're doing the Nightfall, or we're doing this raid, come hang out, come join us. I really wish they had something like that for the console. I'm on the Xbox One, and I wish they had it, but I understand why they don't, because typing with a twin stick controller is not that fun. But it would certainly make what I'm proposing a lot easier, because what I would like to do is I would like to go hang out in a specific place in the game for a short time, meet with people who come by in the tower, say, just chat, talk, whatever. And I was thinking maybe I could make it kind of like almost like a variety hour. Imagine I've got a group of people, we're all just hanging out, we're talking, or like what's new in the game, what guns people are liking, what's broken in the Crucible, what have you. And then maybe every time we do that, one person in particular can maybe kind of have the spotlight. Maybe they're a YouTube creator and they have a really interesting channel they want to kind of plug so they can talk about it, or maybe even they're a stand-up comedian who has some jokes and material related to Destiny, and they want to share it, and everybody else can just be on the voice channel. It could be just sitting in the tower, listening, hanging out, and having fun. I don't know if people would really go for that. I don't know if they have the time for that. I don't know if anybody'd be interested. So I'd really love to hear what you all have to say down below. If you think that could be something you don't have to commit to anything. I just think it'd be cool if it was available that people could come by and join. So it's just something I'm looking into. I have to decide on a few things. I have to decide on the format, how it's all going to work. I got to look into things like, Xbox party sizes and how many people can fit in the tower. And most importantly, just what the meetings and stuff are going to be about. And meetings sounds really official. It sounds weird. But yeah, just what the hangout was going to be about. It's got to have a little bit of organization, or it just becomes crazy voice chattering chaos. And then I have to figure out a way. Oh, looks like my supper's almost ready. Then I have to figure out a way to actually kind of advertise what's happening, because without something like Tower Chat, the only way that I can communicate with people is outside of the game, unless I want to start spamming them with messages and you know, party chat invites, which I don't want to do that. So I got to figure out a way to get people's attention. I don't know, maybe I'll get a bunch of volunteering guardians to spam the point emote to direct people into the right place in the tower to come hang out. Anyway, that's an idea I have for now. Feel free to drop some comments below on what you think of this channel, what you think of that idea, what your frustrations are with Destiny 2, or what you're especially what you're enjoying, because I've been hearing all the negative comments, and that's fine. Like I said, it's valid, but I just want to focus on something else. So feel free to drop a like if you want, subscribe for more. I try to make channels, you know, 1 or 2 a week. I think the next one I'm going to be working on is some Crucible highlights. I've got some old clips from the Dawning and a few others recently, working toward my Crucible ornament set. So yeah, gonna let the rest of the Nightfall play out. Good luck out there, Guardians. I hope you are still enjoying it. I hope you have fun. And yeah, if you see Kaz PhD running around, give me a wave, say hi, and I'll see you all out there. Bye now.
Genesis mind is no more.
Bring me its arm. I wish to hang it in a place of honor. If it's been destroyed, bring me the ashes. I have constructed an urn for them.